couldn't even get a chance to make the video before the Justice Department reversed their decision right quick. I'm not kidding y'all. Look, I was out of pocket yesterday. I was out in God's country. That's what we call it anyway. And I was visiting my dad for Father's Day with my son. First time all three of us been together on Father's Day, and I don't even know how long it's been. It's been years. But, I didn't really watch a lot of news. I was on the road, traveling, coming back. I get to work this morning, I look at the news, and I see where the Justice Department was going to redact certain information from the Orlando shooter's 911 calls. Pardon my language, but are you fucking kidding me? I mean, really? Y'all are going to take out certain words because you didn't want to further his narrative? I mean, hold on, just so you can see the look in my eye. Do you see that? That look is a look of, what the fuck are you talking about? First of all, and again, y'all say what you want, but I said the same things when what happened a year ago happened. I'm going to say now. A year ago, when that white boy killed all them people in that church, killed black people in that church, and y'all found that picture of him with that Confederate flag, y'all forget he was holding an American flag too, but y'all found that picture of him with that Confederate flag. Man, y'all couldn't wait to further that narrative. Y'all couldn't wait to post that picture all over the internet. Every news outlet had it. Everybody called him a white supremacist. Everybody called it a hate crime. Y'all couldn't wait to further that narrative because that's what y'all want. That's what the media wants. And I'm not saying it because I can't prove it, but some people have said that's what this administration wants. They want to further that narrative. They want to perpetuate the divide between white and black. But this narrative, no. We don't want to perpetuate that because we don't want to piss off our friends in the Middle East who provide us with oil. See, if we start blaming a religion and people that follow that religion for acts perpetrated around this world, then all of a sudden the supply lines get cut off. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, because in my heart I sincerely don't believe that the majority of the people who belong to the Islamic faith have intent in their heart to do harm to everyone else. I could be wrong, but I really don't believe it. I don't believe that that's true. Just like I don't believe that Christians have it in their heart to do harm. But there's some in both religions that's their main purpose. Like that jackass out in California, I can't think, preacher that posted all that shit about he was glad that 50 pedophiles got killed in Orlando, and don't you think Orlando is safer? I wish I could get that son of a bitch alone for 5 minutes in a room and could get away with it. I'd choke the shit out of him. I'd whip his ass, theoretically, because if I were to do that literally, I could get arrested. And I'm just saying hypothetically because I don't want to slander him or get a lawsuit. But hypothetically, I'd like to kick his hypothetical ass. How the fuck you gonna say some crazy shit like that you glad 50 people are dead? You ain't no fucking Christian that I ever heard of. Anyway, Loretta Lynch, now they've decided they're gonna release the majority of the transcript. Y'all saw that shitstorm coming. I don't know that you've dodged it yet, but you may have just fanned the flames a little bit. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up in about the next minute because I don't want this to go too long. The first thing that I thought of when I heard about them redacting certain words is the movie 1984. If you've never seen it, you do yourself a favor to watch it. Because in that movie, that's what they do. Double think, double speak, thought crimes. You know, you're not supposed to use certain words. Certain words get redacted they had like 11 dictionaries, 11 versions of a dictionary, or I'm sorry, 10. And it was so funny because when they did the 10th revision, the guy said, oh yeah, this 10th revision, it's only about this big. And it was like that. He's like, it's half the size of the last one because they keep editing words down. And you know what the guy's response was? Well, when the language is perfect, then we have to keep going until we get the language perfect. Really? Wow. So we're just going to keep editing stuff down until we get the narrative perfect. That's the thought that I'm going to leave you with. I don't know what to say. I can't even believe that they had the audacity to say that shit on national TV, that they were going to redact certain words out of the testimony because they didn't want to further his narrative. But they didn't mind furthering the racist narrative and the white against black narrative. They don't mind furthering the law enforcement against the black community narrative. Think about that. Think about what narratives they want you to see and the ones that they don't want you to see. That's why I'm pissed off with this government. And it's not just this one. It's the majority of them. Think about that and let me know what you think. Thank you.